Morning, all. All right, yep, wearing another AHL jersey because AHL playoffs and all that fun stuff. So we're going to be talking about the AHL and a little bit of CHL as well. And of course, tonight we have one game in the National Hockey League as the conference finals get started. The Eastern Conference final between Florida and Carolina. So these teams have had a lot of time off. This should lead to a lot of energy out of the gate. It should be a really fun one. Bobrovsky at one end, Anderson at the other. Bobrovsky with a 918 save percentage. Anderson 931. They're both playing very well. Teravainen returns for the Carolina Hurricanes, so that should be good for their attack. And like I said, they've had some time off. I think this is good. We'll see whether or not there's any rust. There shouldn't be. This time of year, there really shouldn't be. It should be a really, really fun game to watch. Now, I haven't really been reporting on the World Championships, but the World Championships until the medal round, really, it's not. There's no tension in it. The example I'll use is from today. Sweden, they beat Hungary 7-1. Wallstead only needed to make 9 saves in the net for Sweden, as they allowed no shots in the second and third period against Hungary. So the World Championships are a different beast than other championship tournaments. And so until the medal round, I don't usually pay much attention when it comes to the World Championships because it is really. I mean, it's not like any major countries are going to miss the medal round. So, yeah, that's when I start paying more attention is when we get to the medal round, which is going to be soon enough. So, Kevin Weeks stirring things up today on Twitter, mentioning that discussions with the county have started on the new building. You know, that gathering at South Forsyth we talked about that might herald the return of a team to Atlanta. So, that's out there. So the discussions have started with the county. We'll see where they go. We'll see what happens there. Of course, the NHL still saying they have no desire to do any kind of expansion. They're not trying to relocate teams at this point, but Atlanta doing what it does remind me of Quebec when the Videotron Center was put up. It does feel similar to that. Putting up an NHL ready building, hoping the NHL comes in. We'll see whether or not it works for them in Atlanta. So yeah, but just getting the talk started with the county, we just saw in Tempe how things can fall apart in any of these steps along the way. Now, AHL news from the playoffs last night: the Calgary Wranglers win 1-0 to tie the series with Coachella Valley. Game 5 is tomorrow, also in Coachella Valley. So we'll see how things go for the Wranglers if they can come back from 2-1 down and win the game or win the series in 5. On the other side, you've got the Milwaukee Admirals hoping to get into that next round as well. Ratcliffe scored the game-winning goal with 1:01 left last night in a 4-3 win over Texas. Milwaukee is now up 2-1 in that series, so they can close it out tomorrow as well. These teams, whichever teams win those series, will meet each other in the Western Final. The Eastern Final is already set with Hershey and Rochester. So, I mean, it is a fun thing to watch if you're a fan of these teams and, you know, they're not in the Final Four of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Well, they got a shot at a Calder Cup, right? So, we'll see how those series turn out. And then on the CHL side, I did watch some of the Seattle game against Winnipeg. I thought the Winnipeg Ice last night played better than they did in the previous game. Seattle's just seemingly better. That's where we're at. And you've got some players on both teams that look pretty NHL ready. So Seattle is now up 3-1 in the series. We'll see whether or not this one gets closed out in 5. And all 3 of the finals in the CHL are 3-1 series. The Quebec Ramparts up 1-2-1 over Halifax. They go up 3-1 in that series as well. The Mooseheads, one of the best jerseys in the CHL, but hey, you know, the Quebec Ramparts up 3-1, and they've been drawing very, very well at their home games, so that's a good thing. Peterborough won last night too, 5-3 over London. They're up 3-1 in that series as well. So the Peterborough Petes, the most creative name in sports, up 3-1 over the London Knights. And so we'll see whether or not these teams close out those series, or if you see some sort of a 3-1 comeback, which I don't think is as common in junior hockey as it is in the National Hockey League. The Memorial Cup itself is in Kamloops, and it starts on May the 26th. So the Kamloops Blazers just waiting to see who the other 3 teams are that are going to join them there. odds are it'll be Seattle, Quebec, and Peterborough. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.